and Michael with Tapcheck is with us today, and I'm gonna turn it over to Michael. Michael is representing Tapcheck, which is a payroll tool that many of us are now using, this or another company, and it allows our employees to have access to their funds much quicker. It's another connection point with our folks that I know many of us are looking for. Any way we can stay connected with our folks. It's certainly the biggest challenge that we have today is staffing. And so looking forward to hearing from Michael on what Tapcheck can do for us. So Michael, I'm going to turn it over to you, sir.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much, Blake. Waiting for the slides to pop up here. Hold on a second. There they are. Awesome. Thanks so much. Really appreciate the opportunity to present to the NOA here today. We've got a great partnership and would love to be together with everyone. Hopefully this will be the last virtual event as we round the corner here. So can't wait to be with everyone in person. But my privilege today to present our solution to you and tell you about the progress we've been making in collaboration with the NOA and many of the owners here. So for those that are unfamiliar, we are Tapcheck, and our focus is really to increase business performance by improving financial wellness, because there's been an established connection between the health of your workforce and the health of your business and bottom line, your profitability, and empowering employees. And I'm extraordinarily excited to announce that we have achieved this mission. We continue to achieve this mission with McDonald's, with the NOA, with many of the owners here. We have over 30 owners that we're working with, many locations into the hundreds, covering 15,000 employees. So nothing fuels our excitement than the traction we see, the demand we see, and the ability to really serve you as the employer and to serve the employee in parallel. At the core of what we're solving here is really financial stress and turnover, right? Week after week, we see emails from Blake's desk talking about retention, recruiting, participation rates, right? And stress is attributed to $500 billion a year in annual cost due to low productivity and absenteeism, and turnover in an industry that can exceed 130%. Is very costly and costs as much as $2,400 per employee. So two very challenging problems for you as the owner. And essentially it's a cash flow issue. 78% of your employees live paycheck to paycheck. Should they encounter a major emergency, it's a struggle to cover the funds that are needed. And on-demand pay, otherwise known as early wage access, or earned wage access, really alleviates the stress by alleviating the cash flow issue. The idea is simple. The employee works today and they can choose to get paid today if they need funds. We get asked, does this work? How does this change perception? If you ask employees, do you want on-demand pay? How would this change your perception of the company? 89% would actually work longer for the company. That's both the number of hours that they work in addition to their tenure, and 79% would switch from another employer. And then the employers themselves see the impact on their bottom line: 74% reduction in absenteeism, big reduction in turnover, and as a result, that translates into a big reduction in hiring costs and significantly improved recruiting. For employers, we are free. We provide the funds. There's absolutely no impact to your cash flow. We're automated and hands-off, and this is because we are integrated directly with your payroll system, your time and attendance system, your POS, QSR Soft, DataPass, and many payroll companies. And as I mentioned, it's a valuable tool to attract and retain new candidates. So it's easy, no integration fees, no ongoing costs for the employer. You sign up, you meet with our implementation team. We get an understanding of the nuances of your process related to payroll and time. We set you up, we launch And again, there's no changes to your process. There's no additional burden to your team. And we're integrated with over 40 payroll platforms and 30 time and attendance systems, covering at least 99% of what we see in the McDonald's ecosystem. And you see no benefit unless your employees are using this. So we give you every single tool that you need to drive awareness of the availability of this offering to your employees. The more employees use this, the more they alleviate stress. The more they alleviate stress, the more you see a result in your bottom line. Here's an example of on-demand pay being used in an ad to attract new candidates. So we're lowering the cost of acquisition for candidates. We're boosting the conversion to hire. And here's a decal that's placed in the window announcing to prospective candidates that they can get paid today if they work at your location. For the employees, this is not a loan. There's no credit check. We give them an app to access 24/7 to self-service the withdrawals to their earned wages. They can disperse to a pay card that we provide, to their own pay card or debit card to their own bank. There's free and ATM network withdrawals, and they choose when to get paid. There's two options here: instant transfers onto their debit card, next day transfers to the bank. And as I mentioned, they have their choice. Little snapshot of the app on the left. Our pay cards feature rich, great. Essentially, it's a bank account, replaces live checks. And we have many folks that just issue this to new employees who don't give them direct deposit information, making that much less of a burden, much less of a hassle. And employers love us. A couple quotes on the left from some franchisees, one talking about the impact on retention and recruitment, lowering absenteeism, improving morale. Another talking about how great our customer success and implementation team is, hand-holding them through the process, making sure they understand how this works and that there's no additional burden for their team once set up. And then most importantly are the employees we serve. I can't tell you how many times folks use this to fuel their car just to get to work, to take a lift, to take public transportation because their car is broken down or is in the shop. So this fuels our excitement and our collaboration working with both the employers and the employees. There's so much more to tell you. We have 5 minutes right now, but my team would love to tell you more. If you go to get.tapcheck.com/McDonald's at the bottom there, I know the NOA is distributing this link. We're happy to set some time up and answering any additional questions. You have my information there as well. Feel free to reach out to me. And with that, I'd love to say thank you to Blake, the NOA, all the owners that we work with. And we look forward to continuing this incredible partnership and as serving as many of you in the McDonald's community as we possibly can. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael. And I would just add, if you're not using a tool like this, I would very much encourage you to take a look at it. We've been using something like this for a number of years, and it's been a game changer with our folks. And so it does make a difference in their lives. To Michael's point, this does allow them the flexibility that if they don't have something like this, they're using other services, check cashing services that are not as beneficial to them. So I would encourage everyone to be looking at this and other things, because again, going back to Michael's original point, staffing is our number one challenge without a doubt right now. And anything that we can do to offer benefits, in whatever capacity they are, it gives us just that little bit more advantage from our competition. And staffing really now is becoming the differentiator. It's becoming where we're competing. It's much less about promotion and price on the marketing level, and it's about just keeping our restaurants open and keeping our drive-thrus moving. And we need great people to do that.